And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are live in Americus, Georgia, Game 2 of our afternoon Peach Belt Conference doubleheader action. The Lady Canes take Game 1. Game 2 just underway, getting the call once again to toe the rubber. Inside the circle is Madison Messer. First pitch, Sanders at second base, reaching up for the sky on that one, picks it out of the air and throws on to first base. And Jessica Stanley, the third baseman, number 2, retired to open up the ball game. Batting second, the left fielder, Leah Bogosian. So Bogosian steps in. So Madison Messer will give you the update. This one, bouncing foul, short hop to Sanders. It goes off the heel of her glove. And they'll give an infield single to Bogosian as Sanders had to kind of play that one off a funky bounce coming in and waiting for it. Knew it had to be quick because of the good speed for Leah. And so the first hit of the ball game has been issued. There's a runner at first with one away. And the batter will now be the pitcher in game number 2, if this holds up. Runner going, second base, stolen easily, keeps her hand on the bag as she curls around the base in there in plenty of time for the steal is Bogosian. At the plate is the pitcher, number 33, Hannah Price. So a stolen base, runner in scoring position, one away. That ball is high. That ball is deep. That ball gone. 2-run home run, so things on a different tone to start off game number 2. A 1-out, 2-run shot from Price off of Messer. And the Pacers take the early lead. So a long shot, home run to left field. That was, I believe, that was their first extra base hit of the afternoon. All the hits in game 1 were singles. And the Pacers strike first blood here in game number 2. In the cleanup spot, designated player number 4, Sydney Murphy. So Madison Messer got the call to pitch game 2 after getting the win, complete game win in game number 1 here this afternoon. Messer, her up-to-date stats, this is her 15th appearance, which leads the Lady Canes, her 6th start of 2018. She's pitched 55 1/3 innings, allowed 88 hits, 37 earned runs, 15 walks, 24 strikeouts. Opponents are batting .383 against Messer. She has a 5-1 record and a 4.68 ERA, which bumps her up to second on the pitching staff in that category. So Messer pitched a great opener. Again, see if she'll settle in here and pick up where she left off. But the 2-run shot, this one in on the hands, floating to Gibson at short, 2 outs. Madison Messer's a 5'9" junior transfer from Georgia Military College. Her home is Douglasville, Georgia. Messer in, has 2 away, and now she'll face the 5-hitter in the lineup. And it'll be the right fielder. Courtney Strauss will first pitch swinging into right center field. A line drive, base hit for Strauss. 3 hits in the opening inning for USC Aiken. Also, again, as I mentioned, if you were following the live stats feed in game 1, first baseman number 11, Chandler Terrapin. So Terrapin earns the start in game 2. She came off the bench in the opener. But the live stats link for game 2 is different than game number 1. So you'll have to back out. Bouncing ball to Tierce. She'll run it towards first base, then make the throw, and that'll be the final out of the inning. So a couple of outs back-to-back for Messer as she settles in, but does allow the Pacers to strike first. An early shot, 2-run home run, as a matter of fact. That's how we are at the score we have now. Lady Canes head to the dugout, grab the sticks for the first time, and we'll see if we can cut into that early lead for USC Aiken. 2-0 your score. Thanks for tuning in. Game 2. It's our nightcap here from Lady Canes Field in Americus, Georgia. You're watching Georgia Southwestern State University softball. And that of the Peach Belt Conference right here on the Surge Sports Network. So Ansley Dean will lead things off for the Lady Hurricanes. First 2 pitches off the mark for a ball. That one fouled off to push the count to 2-1. Not a whole lot of change, not any change really, from game 1 to game 2 for head coach Nikki Levering. She's going to roll with what was working. Dean, Barlow, Tierce are 1, 2, 3 in the order. And the order exactly the same from top to bottom as it was in game number 1, and that includes, as we mentioned earlier, Messer in the flex position as the pitcher. 3-1 to Dean. Foul ball. Out of play, first base side. So Hannah Price will be the starter for USC Aiken in game number 2. Another foul ball, first base side. Actually, much closer to home plate this time around. However, Hannah Price is making her 8th start. All of her appearances have been starts this year. 8th start of the season. She has 5 complete games. She's just going to miss the mark on that one, though. And Dean, with those foul balls, is able to stay in there long enough to draw the leadoff walk. Batting second, left fielder, Michaela Barlow. Barlow, 1 for 3 with a bunt mixed, or excuse me, with a walk mixed in rather in the opener. So Hannah Price, starting pitcher, 41 2/3 innings pitched, 56 hits, 24 earned runs. She's walked 20, struck out 38. So almost a strikeout an inning for Price. Opponents are batting .311 against her. She's only thrown one wild pitch all season. 2-5 record and a 4.03 ERA. Ground ball through the hole on the right side and a base hit for Barlow. Runners at first and second for Georgia Southwestern. And here comes a red hot batter. Batting third baseman number 22, Haley Tierce. Tierce with a home run in the opener. 2-run home run. Her 12th of 2018. Haley Tierce, the all-time home run leader. She's a junior here for the Lady Hurricanes. Off the end of the bat. Ground ball. It's going to be trouble. Second baseman does have it. First baseman scurrying back to the bag in time. And a 4-3 ground out for Tierce. Tierce with 40 now. 40 career home runs in her 2+ seasons for the Lady Hurricanes. 40 home runs, 140 RBI. Now batting the first baseman, number 20, Lauren Kersey. So one away for Kersey. Runners are in scoring position, as it does at least move the runners over. That ground ball to the right side off the bat of Tierce. Lady Hurricanes with the win in Game 1 are now 12-18 overall. 1-4 in Peach Belt Conference play. USC Aiken 8-21 overall. 1-2 in conference action. Not only, as I've mentioned in the opener, Alumni Day for the softball program, it's also Alumni Day for men's soccer. And they had their annual GSW alumni game where the current players take on the former Hurricanes in a fun game behind us on the other side of the street. Parallel to the softball field, the first base line. So 4 straight pitches missing the mark to Kersey, and she gets a 4-pitch walk. The second walk of the inning by Price. And the Lady Hurricanes have the bases loaded with Elizabeth Wills up. Now batting is the right fielder, number 23, Elizabeth Wills. So Wills goes 0 for 3 in the opener. That one called strike. Her up-to-date stats after Game 1. Yep. Thought about it. Had her confused. Good pitch from Price. Wills' current batting average overall is at .333 now. .333, 3 doubles, 6 home runs, 17 RBIs. High for a ball, 1-2. She ranks second on the team behind Tierce in the home run category. Wills has 5 walks to go with 20 strikeouts. That is a team lead. She'll see if she can put the ball in play here. Low and outside, 2-1. Or 2-2 rather, I'm sorry, 2-2. Angie Hobbs firing up the grill, handling the cooking duties for our director of intramurals for our alumni and even our seniors that are in attendance, the graduating seniors for GSW. Catching some good action and a beautiful day. A nice little cool breeze to keep things going. So the men had their men's alumni game match. I believe the current Hurricanes won. Outside ball 4, an easy RBI. It'll be our Ribby number 18 on the season, third walk of the inning. And Wills goes down to first base. So she loses her after coming out, I believe it was 0-2. At the plate, shortstop number 14, Shannon Gibson. They're going to have a little discussion just in front of the circle. Catcher and her starting pitcher. It's Lowry behind the plate, having a word with Price. Now the women's soccer team, they're playing an exhibition match against a local club program, is my understanding here today. So lots of action on the soccer field again. That's behind us, parallel to the road that runs, which also runs parallel to the first base line. So there you go. 0-2 the count to Gibson. Lots of action on campus. Gibson was 2 for 2 with a walk and a home run in the opener. So she has been doing well at the plate today. Falls behind in the count. Here comes a 1-2 pitch from Price. Swings at it, goes after it, struck out. So Gibson goes down swinging. That's the second out of the inning. Now batting is the catcher, number 1, Cassidy Burton. So Cassidy Burton, 5'4" freshman from Brampton, Ontario, Canada. Went to the David Suzuki Secondary School before making her way all the way down here to the Peach State. Called strike, 1-1. Her folks here about a week ago in town from Canada. Of course, just in time to catch the chilly weather that swept through the area. 40s and 50s. Not quite the pleasant sunshine that they were hoping for, but it's turning the corner now towards spring. And again, temperatures were in the upper 60s at the start of game 1. See where they're at now in game number 2. The 75 degrees, just where we were supposed to be for our high today. 75 and partly sunny. The clouds starting to break up and thin out a little bit around the ballpark. Outside for a ball, 2-2. See our university president, Dr. Neil Weaver, down near the GSW dugout, talking to some folks in the front row. Watching the Lady Canes in action. This one rolls over home plate, ball 3. Well, this is a big pitch for Price. She could get herself out of this and still have a lead. A walk to Burton. Nope. Line drive, foul, first base side. A couple yards right of the line, and we'll set it up and do it again. One run has already been walked in this inning, and that's the only Lady Canes' only run of the ball game. Bases full of GSW runners here in the bottom half of the first inning. Ooh, inside strike, call 3. 3 outs, 3 strikes. That's what it was. Final out of the inning. So unfortunately, Burton will go down looking on the inside fastball. So Price, after running into a jam, works her way out of it with 2 consecutive strikeouts to hold the Lady Hurricanes to a run. 1 inning in the books. Game 2 of our doubleheader. USC Aiken 2 runs, 3 hits. GSW 1 run, 1 hit. Neither team has committed an error. We'll be back in a moment from Lady Kings Field here on Alumni Day on the Surge Sports Network. Sarah Sams, the USC Aiken shortstop, the number 7 hitter in the lineup in game number 2. We'll lead things off in the 2nd inning. Ooh. First pitch missed, 2nd pitch pulled foul. Turned on it so much it went right towards the coaching staff of the Lady Hurricanes, who sit in the one area that is exposed. They're not behind the big net. And assistant coach Kara Law saves her boss by barehanding that one before to get to her. Pop up in the infield. Sanders has it. 1 away. I think I saw her shake her hand a few times, though. I don't think that one stung a little bit. So the catcher will come up for USC Aiken now. And on the hands, popped up off the screen. At the plate is the catcher, number 13, Kristen Lowry. Oh, 1 count coming to Lowry. Rolls that one inside for a ball. Again, fans, don't forget you can follow us on social media. Several different platforms to choose from. YouTube and Twitter users can find us at GSW Athletics. GSW Athletics for Twitter and YouTube users. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball diving play by Tierce rather. Pops up, throws the first in time for the out. Heck of a defensive play by Haley Tierce, falling to her right and making the play. 2 up, 2 down for USC Aiken in the 2nd. Now batting is the center fielder, number 10, Brielle Jungblut. Back to the circle. Messer over to first. 1-2-3 inning. And so quick work for Madison Messer, and she gets the 3 up, 3 down for the Pacers in the 2nd inning. Rather, GSW will look to even things up, trailing by a run. We'll be back in a moment on the Surge Sports Network.
One of my good friends and teammates, well, we actually didn't play on the exact same team, but we played under the same organization, and everybody knew everybody. You know, she was one of those people that she walked in and everybody immediately wanted to be her friend. She was one of the sweetest, always had a big smile on her face. You know, she could make anybody's day better. I think that, you know, this game means a lot.
So heartfelt words from Michaela Barlows talking about play for prevention and what this game means to her and what her friend that she lost by suicide means to her every day. And the Play for Prevention folks, a fairly new organization that wants to grow the awareness that this is a unfortunately serious trend in the wrong direction with teen suicide. And there are folks out there that care and are concerned about the well-being of all young adults, but also any fellow student athletes that may be struggling with those feelings. So Grayson Sanders opens up the second inning. Pitch on the black for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Grayson Sanders, the number 8 hitter in the lineup for Georgia Southwestern here in game number 2, just like she was in game number 1. Sanders was 0 for 1. She walked twice. This time she'll go down on strikes. Sanders strikes out swinging to open up the second inning. Now batting the center fielder, number 7, Chloe Zeller. Zeller takes a ball to open up her first at bat of the ball game. She was 0 for 2 in the opener. A walk sandwiched in between her 2 outs. 1-0 pitch. 2-0. 2-0. As you can see, Zeller likes to start in the back of the box and make her way up as the pitcher's coming home with the delivery. Slap it into play. This one inside, a little tight, 3-0. Price has 3 consecutive strikeouts. Prior to that, she had walked 2 batters in a row. She's starting to find her groove. That one in there for a strike. Yep, strike 2. All right, counts and run full to Zeller. 2 straight strikes from Price. She'll slap this one foul on the third base side. Zeller will step back in and try it one more time. So the GSW baseball team lost their opener today in a doubleheader at Erskine. Foul. First base side this time. Full count. Slap to the left side. Third baseman has it. Stanley over at third makes the play and retires Zeller. Well, at least the Lady Canes snapped the strikeout string there. They snapped that at three batters in a row, dating back to the end of the first inning. 2 away in this frame, however, and we're back to the top of the order. Designated player Ansley Dean. Dean walked to open up the ball game. Inside, ball 2. Fouled off. First base side out of play. Current batting average after game 1 actually has Ansley batting .345 now. .345. 4 doubles, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, 4 walks, 10 strikeouts, making her 23rd appearing in her 23rd game. There we go this season. 2-2 pitch. Off the plate. Full count. Just a little bit outside. So a 2-out walk issued to Dean. That's her second free pass of the ball game. We're in the second inning. Now batting left fielder, Michaela Barlow. Barlow singled to right field in the first inning. She has the only Georgia Southwestern hit in the ball game so far here in the early going. And the home plate umpire will break up the discussion. Throw it on to first. Not in time. Off-speed pitch taken for a strike. High fly ball, shallow left field. That'll do it for the Lady Hurricanes in the second. Bogosian squeezes it for the final out of the inning. Lady Hurricanes leave a runner on. And we'll head to the third inning of game number 2. Thanks for tuning in here on the Surge Sports Network. A reminder that tomorrow we're back on the air just minutes before high noon when GSW entertains Lander University back here at Lady Canes Field. We hope you can tune in. Now's a good time to subscribe to our channel. That way when we go live, you'll get the alert that we're on the air. Subscribe to our YouTube channel today. We'll be back in a moment. Top of the third inning. First pitch swinging. Slapped into left field. Nice hit opposite way. Back to the top of the order. And that was Stanley who led off the inning now with a single to left. Number 2 hitter in the lineup. Single their first time up. So Bogosian has been keeping Sanders busy with quick strikes on a drawn-in infield on the right side. Another infield single. She's had 2 that have gone off the glove of Sanders at second base playing in. First 2 runners are aboard for USC Aiken in the third. Looks like a pitching change is going to be made. And that'll be it for Messer. So she'll have to turn the ball over and see if the pitching staff can come in and help her out here and get the Lady Hurricanes, keep them in this one and come out of this still clean. But there's nobody out. Runners are at first and second. And for the first time today, Georgia Southwestern will go with a pitcher outside of Madison Messer. Your attention fans, defensive change for Georgia Southwestern. Now pitching is number 5, Brittany Childs. Brittany Childs, the new Georgia Southwestern pitcher. Childs is making her 15th appearance. It's her 6th coming out of the bullpen. She's pitched 45 innings, given up 58 hits, 37 earned runs, 22 walks, 29 strikeouts. 3-6 overall record and a 5.76 earned run average. Opponents against Childs this season batting .310. At the plate for USC Aiken, pitcher Hannah Price. Nobody out. Hurricanes, Lady Canes in a little trouble here in the third. Price, chopper to third. Snow cones that one as it wants to get out of her glove. The throw not in time to turn 2, but Tierce gets the lead runner. She had to reach up as high as she could. That ball just about to pop out of her glove at the top. She holds on to it and gets the 4. So Price on with it by way of a fielder's choice. One out in the inning. At the plate is the designated player, Sydney Murphy. Murphy popped up to the shortstop her first time up. Ooh, off-speed pitch in there for a strike. One in on the hands, fouled up, back out of play. Fly ball to right center field. That one's going to get past Zeller and all the way to the wall. 1 run is in. They'll hold Price up at third, and it'll be a double to right center field for Sydney Murphy. Give her an RBI. 3-1 the score. Still only one out. Now batting is the right fielder, Courtney Strauss. Strauss singled to right center in the first inning as well. And is 1 for 1 in the game. Look at those flags just gusting, flapping away in center field. The breeze is coming and going here at Lady Canes Field, but when it hits, blowing pretty good out there. Another one to third base, fair territory. They'll throw to first. Runner stays at third. And the high bouncing balls to Haley Tierce have been coming fast and furious this half inning. So 5-3 ground out. Runners stay put. First baseman Chandler Terrapin. She grounded out to Tierce her first time up over at third base. Inside for a ball. USC Aiken 3 runs, 6 hits. Georgia Southwestern 1 run, 1 hit. Neither side has committed an error yet in the ballgame. Two-0 pitch, pulled. Ooh. Hit hard, but foul down the third base line. That one got awful close to her teammate, Price. Hear that one whistling by her helmet. Two one, off speed pitch, strike 2-2. Can't get her to reach for that one, and the count will run full. Looks like there is some action in the Georgia Southwestern bullpen as well. Just in case. Ansley Dean is warming up. This one's going to get, in and out of the glove of Gibson. 1 run is in. The runner will hold up at third. Gibson had it in her webbing and lost it on the way down. Would have been a heck of a play, but a base hit nonetheless for Terrapin. Gets her an RBI. And it's a 4-1 Pacers lead. Sams popped up to the second baseman to lead off the second inning. Now batting against Childs. At the plate is the shortstop, Sarah Sams. Well, the hits are starting to pile up here. 7 in the ball game already for USC Aiken. Out of play. 1-1 the count. USC Aiken, kind of as expected with Georgia Southwestern. The majority of their players pulled foul. Majority of their players calling the state of South Carolina home. Just a couple of exceptions. 3 as a matter of fact. Sydney Kate Murphy, a senior from Cincinnati, Ohio. Kathleen St. Peter, a sophomore from Spring Lake, North Carolina. And Lily Schoaf, a redshirt sophomore from Lexington, North Carolina. So those 3 players haven't been mentioned yet today in the ball game. All the rest of the roster hailing from the state of South Carolina. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Childs got her swinging. Strike 3. Well, Aiken doubled their run tally with 2 more in the 3rd. So 4-1 your score as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning, game 2 of our Peach Belt Conference doubleheader at Lady Canes Field. Thanks for tuning in this afternoon on the Surge Sports Network. Haley Tierce will lead off the 3rd inning for Georgia Southwestern. Lady Canes in a 3-run deficit here in game 2. A 1 pitch. This is outside. Talk to you about the Twitter and YouTube accounts for Georgia Southwestern. That one's fouled off, 1 and 2. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram. We even snap a little bit every once in a while too. All of those accounts are GSW Hurricanes. So if you do a search, keep it all together, one word, for GSW Hurricanes, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Haley Tierce. Just misses ball 3. Count goes full. Still south-southwest winds up to 13 miles an hour. Opposite field, line drive goes to a charging Strauss, who makes the grab for the first out of the inning. First baseman Lauren Kersey. Kersey walked her first time up. That one on the black for a strike. Bounces into the catcher. Lowry for a ball, 1-1. That off-speed pitch can't get the call. 2-1. Ball 3. Fouled off. Count will go full. Oh, that's the second walk of the ball game for Kersey. Comes with 1 out in the third. That's the fifth walk. Fifth walk of the game for Hannah Price. At the plate, the right fielder, Elizabeth Wills. Wills also walked in the first inning. Swing and a miss. In fact, for Wills, she walked in the only Lady Hurricanes run to this point, as her walk came with the bases loaded. Off-speed pitch, a little bit off the mark. 2-1. That fastball is in there, though, for a strike. Even the count at 2-2. Ooh, waits on that off-speed pitch. Fly ball to center field. Going back, back. High enough, deep enough, and gone. Elizabeth Wills with a home run. Just to the right of the flagpoles in center field. Touch them all. Number 23, Elizabeth Wills. Gotta check on that girl that ran into the wall. She just ran out of real estate. That thin warning track. It's not a big one. It'll come up on you in a hurry, and we hope teammates are gonna check in on her out there in center field. That's Jungblut, who is down and slow to get up. So the off-speed pitch is hung up in the zone to Will. She has the patience to wait on it and muscles it over the center field wall for a home run. 2-run home run. Lady Canes are within a run. Still checking out Jungblut in center field. So for Elizabeth Wills, that's the 7th home run of the season for the freshman. RBIs number 18 and 19. Elizabeth Wills hails from Orlando, Florida. A product of William R. Boone High School in Orlando. Wills has displayed that power early in the season. As we get back to the action now, it looks like he's going to stay out there and everything's going to be okay, which is a good sign. At the plate, shortstop, Shannon Gibson. Strike to Gibson to open up her at bat. Wills had a couple of home runs February 6th in Valdosta. Peppered a few more through the end of the month of February. And then had gone a good stretch there of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 games. Games of, I guess if you would call it a drought, but 12 games where she did not deliver a long ball, and then that ended at West Georgia on Wednesday this week in game 1. And now she's got another one today, so but Gibson will go down on strikes. It's the second time she's struck out in the ball game. At the plate, catcher Cassidy Burton. Burton struck out looking her first time up here in game number 2. Ground ball, hard hit ball, but right to the shortstop on to first base for the final out of the inning. Burton grounds out 6-3, but the Lady Hurricanes make a dent in that Pacers lead. 2-run shot from Wills pulls GSW within a run. 4-3. USC Aiken, 4 runs, 7 hits. GSW has 3 runs and only 2 hits in the game, but they've made them count, I guess, especially that home run by Wills. It's the Lady Canes right back in the ball game. When we come back for the 4th inning, it'll be Lowry, Jungblut, and Stanley, 8, 9, and 1 in the Pacers batting order. We'll be back in a moment. So on the second pitch of that at bat, catcher Kristen Lowry pops it up to her counterpart Burton in front of home plate. First out of the inning. Lowry now 0 for 2 in the game. The number 9 hitter is up, center fielder. Hopefully she was able to completely shake off that collision with the wall on the home run from Wills. At the plate is the center fielder, Brielle Jungblut. And Jungblut will ground that one right up the middle. For a base hit, she's 1 for 2 in the ballgame. Back to the top of the order. And Jungblut able to hustle her way to second base. Yep. Lady Hurricanes napping on the play. Runner in scoring position with potentially. With one out, back to the top of the order. Ground ball. Kersey has it. She'll throw over to third. Can't get the lead runner, but she is able to have a stab at it, but still good speed, and Jungblut easily to third base. At the plate, left fielder Leah Bogosian. So a runner at third, 2 outs on the ground ball out to the first baseman Kersey. Right down the first base line, and right over the bag was that hard ground ball from Stanley. 3 unassisted. 2 outs. 0-1 pitch coming up to Bogosian. This time, Sanders has it. So the first 2 hits from Bogosian in the game were singles that were hard hit balls right at the drawn-in Sanders that she couldn't quite feel properly, and they had bounced away from her as she was in, taking different hops and bounces. This time, she comes up with the play, and it saves a run. That would have scored one, but now it stays a 1-run lead for USC Aiken, 4-3. Pacers with 8 hits. GSW looking to add to their tally of 2 when we return. Coming up for GSW, it'll be Sanders, Zeller, and Dean. 8, 9, and 1 hitters for Georgia Southwestern. We'll be back. Second baseman Grayson Sanders. She was able to get the out to end Aiken's at bat the last half inning, and now she'll see if she can help out the pitching staff with a little offense to get things started in the home half of the fourth. Fouled off the first pitch, second pitch off speed, stays upstairs, and the count evens up at 1-1. Sanders struck out swinging in the second inning. High fly ball popped up. Will actually stay in the infield with 1 foot on the dirt. Sams makes the out. Sanders is retired. The number 9 hitter in the lineup, center fielder Chloe Zeller. Zeller grounded out to the third baseman in the second inning. And Chloe will go the opposite field for a base hit. 1 out single for Chloe Zeller. Zeller, a 5'1" freshman from Flowery Branch, Georgia, in Flowery Branch High School. 1 out single for the Lady Hurricanes. They got a runner aboard here in the fourth inning. Back to the top of the order. Designated player Ansley Dean. Dean has walked both times she's faced Price in this ballgame. But Price will get the better hand of the at-bat this time around. Strikeout looking for Ansley Dean. Michaela Barlow up. Runner goes. Steals second base easily. So a stolen base for Zeller. At the plate for GSW, left fielder Michaela Barlow. Barlow 1 for 2, singled in the first, flew out to the left in the second inning. Looks like that's stolen base number 4 on the season for Zeller. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-out walk issued to Barlow. Runners at first and second. Oh boy, here comes Haley Tierce. She's been shut down in this game, however, 0 for 2. For 2 in the game. Tierce grounded out to second base in the first, lined out to right field in the third. This one outside for a ball. USC Aiken looking to snap a 6-game losing skid. They can get a win here today in the nightcap. Hold on, hold on to this 1-run lead if that'll hold up for both teams offensively. So after this, USC Aiken, while they're making their Southwest Georgia roundup in Peach Belt play, will actually go play at Columbus State tomorrow. So tomorrow the Pacers are at Columbus State for a 2 o'clock doubleheader against the Cougars. Then their midweek game is at Claflin. Ball 3 to Tierce. And next weekend the Pacers finally get to come back home. For a doubleheader against Young Harris on Easter weekend. Fly ball popped up. Second baseman onto the grass. Moving to her left, she'll make the play. And Tierce goes down to end the inning. Pop up to the second baseman. Closes out the fourth. USC Aiken still holding on to that 1-run lead. For Georgia Southwestern, as I mentioned, their weekend homestand Peach Belt Conference action winds up with Lander. You saw the slide earlier. High noon, the start time for the doubleheader tomorrow. It's been moved up a little bit with the concern for late afternoon rain showers. 12 noon the start time. We'll go on the air just a few minutes before first pitch between Georgia Southwestern and Lander. We hope you can tune in here on our YouTube station, the flagship channel for the Surge Sports Network. We'll be back in a moment for the fifth.
I was actually flipping through Facebook, and I came across a video about play for prevention. It was about a kid back at my high school who was a quarterback there, and he decided to start this foundation because he had a girlfriend that took her life, and so the media and the
Pitcher Hannah Price grounds out to Sanders at second base to open up the top of the fifth inning. Now batting for USC Aiken right fielder, designated player, Sydney Murphy. She looked over here. I got it. Don't worry about it. So it's a designated player, Sydney Murphy. Well, it's good to know she's listening to the PA. Hard ground ball. Ooh, backhand by Gibson. Heck of a play on a bullet. That ball was hit hard. I think Murphy was upset I had the wrong position. Took it out on that poor baseball, poor softball. Good play by Gibson on a hard hit ball, 2 outs. Now batting is the right fielder, Courtney Strauss. Price grounded out to second. Murphy grounds out to short. And Strauss comes up. She's 1 for 2. Grounded out her last time up. It was to Tierce at third base. Off speed pitch. Perhaps stays up a little bit too high. Didn't drop in enough. And it'll be a ball to Strauss. One offering. Just misses. 2-0.
Awesome.
3-0. How about that? A little bit over the shoulder basket catch on the soft pop-up, low pop-up to end the inning. So she'll do it with her glove. That was Gibson, or not Gibson rather, I'm sorry. That was relief pitcher Brittany Childs who made the catch to end the inning. A pop out to the pitcher. Over the shoulder basket catch. That'll end it. No runs for USC Aiken in this 5th inning. So we'll see if we can get a little buzz in the GSW dugout. Try to catch up to those Pacers who got the 1-run lead. Throwing it back a little bit with a little shout at the ballpark. Our folks in Oregon know exactly where this is coming from. We appreciate you tuning in tonight. GSW softball on the Surge Sports Network. We'll be back in a moment. Lauren Kersey, the Lady Hurricanes first baseman, leads off things in the bottom half of the 5th. Ooh, she just eyeballs that one up and watches it float across the plate to even the count at 1-1. Kersey has walked both times up in the ball game here in game 2. This one's fouled off out of play, first base side, over the USC Aiken dugout. Foul ball again, first base side. This one stays in the park. And Kersey will be looking at a 1-2 offering from Price, who's really kept the Lady Hurricanes in check. Only 3 hits in the ballgame for Georgia Southwestern. But a 2-run home run Back in the third is what kept Georgia Southwestern around. And the Lady Hurricanes have been the beneficiary of a couple of walks as well. Price has allowed 6 free passes in this game. Inside for a ball. She has 5 strikeouts, 6 walks here heading into the 5th inning. This one kind of off the end of the bat, popped up. Second baseman has it. Grab made by McCarthy, who's been fairly quiet on that side of the infield. She did catch the pop-up from Tears to end the last inning. So now she's had back-to-back soft pop-ups in her direction. 1 away in the inning. At the plate, right fielder Elizabeth Wills. Wills walked in the first and then hit that home run I mentioned a moment ago in the 3rd inning, a 2-run blast to center field. Hard hit ball bounces into the glove of Price, who will throw over to first. 2 up, 2 down for GSW in the home half of the 5th inning. Shannon Gibson, the batter. Shortstop, Shannon Gibson. Well, Gibson has struck out swinging both times she's come to the plate in Game 2. Gibson is a 301 hitter. 301 hitter. Through 26 starts this season, she entered the game with 7 walks and 9 strikeouts, but she has been struck out twice right here in this one this afternoon. Two one the count. Doesn't miss by much, 3-1. Price trying to hit that mark on the outside corner. That one perhaps a little bit low as well, but close. She's nibbling at the zone here, the 3-1 offering. Ground ball past a diving second baseman McCarthy and into right field it goes. A 2-out single for Shannon Gibson. Catcher Cassidy Burton. Burton struck out looking in the first, grounded out to short in the 3rd. She's the number 7 hitter in the lineup. One pitch coming up. That one's going to land on the roof of the GSW dugout. And the count's at 1-2. Yep, strike 3. Burton looking on that one. goes down on strikes. That'll end the 5th inning for Georgia Southwestern. A 2-out single by Gibson comes up empty, goes nowhere. And the Lady Hurricanes will have to hold the Pacers and come on back for the 6th. That's where we're heading, the 6th inning here at GSW Lady Canes Field. Game 2 of our afternoon doubleheader, USC Aiken. The Pacers against Georgia Southwestern State University here on the Surge Sports Network. Peach Belt Conference Softball. We'll be back in a moment. Thanks for tuning in. Yep. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Terrapin, the leadoff batter in the 6th inning for USC Aiken. That one outside, 2-2. And strike 3 called. Terrapin, who was 1 for 2 and had singled her last time up, goes down on strikes to open up the 6th inning. That'll get us the number 7 hitter in the lineup. Ground ball back up the middle. Gibson moving to her left on the sliding in that direction. She'll fling it over to first, get her in time for the out, right in front of second base. She picked that one up. 6-3 the put out, and there's 2 away. Now batting is the catcher, Kristen Lowry. Lowry is 0 for 2, grounded out to third and popped up to the catcher. Her last time up. Two balls, no strikes. That one's high, 3-0. In there for a strike. Is the Shannon song?
No, it's for you.
Okay. 3-2 pitch foul back to the screen.
Top of the sixth, 2 outs. Nobody on base. 2 more outs. All right, let me know how it turns out. Thanks, Shannon. Fighting Rodriguez is losing to the club team. Oh boy. To the what? Club team. So it's 2-1.
That one chopped foul just beyond the reach of Haley Tierce at third base and in front of head coach of the Pacers, Jerry Snyder, in his 31st season at the helm. Well, come on back. We've got another full pitch to play out here. Full count, rather. Payoff pitch. There's the word. As Childs trying to shut the door on the 6th inning here against the Pacers. She'll wind up and throw. That one just misses. Ball 4. So Lowry gets on base for the first time here in game number 2 by way of a walk. And the number 9 hitter in the lineup who did single her last time up, it'll be center fielder Brielle Jungblut.
Yeah, that's the continuation rule. That's what
Okay.
email might just say continuation rule.
One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. This one's going to get through past 3 white jerseys. We're just kind of Half a step away under the glove of Childs. Past the reach of Sanders, and then too late for Gibson to cover all of that ground and get the slow ground ball up the middle. It's back-to-back singles for Jungblut in the game. That one her up the middle and keeps the inning alive with 2 outs. Runners at first and second rather. But the Pacers are back to the top of the order. First pitch swinging, pulled foul. At the plate is the third baseman, Jessica Stanley. Stanley in the ball game, 1 for 3. Her last time up, she grounded out to Kersey over at first base. Unassisted put up for Lauren. That one stays up high for a ball, 1-1. That ball bounces high off the clay into Shannon Gibson, who's able to make the force out at second base.
All right, girls, let's go. Perfectly.
Fielder's choice for Stanley to end the inning. They'll have the 2, 3, and 4 hitters up in the 7th. But the Lady Hurricanes will step up to the plate first. It'll be up to Sanders, Zeller, and Dean to get a little offense going. Those are the 8, 9, and 1 batters for Georgia Southwestern when we return. I mentioned earlier about the Roman Oven Pizzeria. Don't forget Two Dukes Barbecue as well. Two Dukes Barbecue just about a block away from campus, just out the road from where we're at here, right behind us. Two Dukes Barbecue, Jay Duke and his wife running a mean barbecue spread over there, only in Americus, award-winning barbecue. They also do home casseroles, some good home cooking, and catering options available. Two Dukes Barbecue, check them out here in Americus. Head coach Nikki Levering goes to her bench and calls on Kaylin Church to come in and serve as a pinch hitter. So Kaylin Church, I'm first at bat of the afternoon. Bouncing ball to the first baseman. She'll have to underhand it to first. The tag put on the bag by the second baseman. She smacks it with the glove just before Church can beat her there. So interesting ground out. But it'll go 3-4 nonetheless. Center fielder Chloe Zeller. Zeller 1 for 2. She singled to left field her last time up. Kaylin Church, a junior from Columbus, Georgia, transferred from Chattahoochee Valley Community College. And now Chloe Zeller trying to get something brewing here for the Lady Canes. She'll slap this one foul, first base side. Terrapin there to keep the ball from rolling down to the corner. Get it back in. Get it back into Price, and we'll try it again. 0-2 pitch. High for a ball. 1-2. This one's going to be caught by the shortstop. Not enough on it to get it over the head of Sams. Well, it'll take a 2-out rally here for the Lady Hurricanes to, at least if they're going to do anything here in the 6th, top of the order. Designated player Ansley Dean comes up. Outside ball. Designated player Ansley Dean. First pitch to Dean, a ball. Scoring has been hard to come by and non-existent since the 3rd inning for both schools. For a strike. Brittany Childs, Georgia Southwestern in on the hands. First baseman has it. She'll throw over to first. This time she'll tag it, touch the base with her foot instead of her glove to get the final out. So the old 4-3 ground out comes into play twice, or excuse me, 3-4. The old 3-4 ground out comes up twice that half inning. And both times USC Aiken gets the out needed and sits down the Hurricane batters. Well, 1 inning to go. Unless we've got some extra softball in the works. 1 inning to go. Time to make it happen. 4-3, the Aiken lead. We go to the top of the 7th. We'll be back in a moment. Hang with us here on the Surge Sports Network. It's been a good one so far. Let's see how it ends. We'll be back in a moment. So USC Aiken brings up a pinch hitter, Caitlin Powell, to open up the 7th. First pitch swinging, and she chops one high and hard and off the glove of Tierce into left field. That'll be a base hit, a leadoff single for the pinch hitter, Caitlin Powell. So here comes the pitcher, Hannah Price, trying to help her cause. She will rip a ground ball through the hole on the left side. Diving effort by Barlow. The throw over to third won't be in time. Good speed and aggressive base running gets the runners aboard. So Price gets herself a base hit and will advance over to second base as they try to throw out the lead runner at third to no avail. Good speed, good time. And a little bit of trouble for Brittany Childs. So Price has had a heck of a game. She's 2 for 4 with a home run. At the plate for USC Aiken is the designated player, Sydney Murphy. Who's the runner at second? Pinch runner at second base. That'll be Deja Robinson running at second base. Pinch runner for USC Aiken at second base, number 21, Deja Robinson. Robinson at second. Pitching change. Pitching change made by the Lady Hurricanes. So Ainsley Dean will come on to pitch. Ainsley Dean, the new pitcher for Georgia Southwestern. We'll announce it for the crowd. Attention fans, pitching change for Georgia Southwestern. Now in the circle is number 16, Ainsley Dean. So Dean was the designated player game 1 and for 6 innings of game 2. Now she'll come in relief of Brittany Childs and try to get the Lady Canes out of this jam. There is nobody out. Runners at second and third. And the Lady Hurricanes are coming up on 4, 5, and 6 in the batting order for the Pacers. Sydney Murphy being the first. We'll be back. We'll let her take her warm-up throws, and we'll be back in a moment here on the Surge Sports Network. So I know I mentioned earlier I was a little off on that one, and you guys probably caught me on the Aiken side of things, but Murphy is one of those 3 players that are not from South Carolina. Cincinnati, Ohio, the home for Sydney Kate. And so she's seen plenty of action over the last 2 games. She's got a chance to knock a few in here. 11 hits in the ball game for USC Aiken, 4 for the Lady Hurricanes. High heat, she goes after it for strike 2. Murphy has a double to right center field. And she sandwiched that in between a couple of outs. She's 1 for 3. Last time she was up, she grounded out to the shortstop. And that was back in the 4th inning. Has an RBI in the ballgame. Chance to get a couple more here. But a 1-2 pitch from Dean. Just misses outside. 2-2. It'll be interesting. The home plate umpire been very consistent. Was a little generous on the outer portion of the plate and beyond. We'll see if he'll get one of those calls here. She goes back up high heat. Murphy chases it down but can't connect. Strikeout for Ansley Dean, one away in the inning. Right fielder Courtney Strauss. So you can hear the Aiken faithful telling Miss Strauss to watch out for the rise ball. Well, that's something that Murphy was chasing, or was something Murphy was chasing the last time up. First real look at that here today. That one is in there for a strike, 1-1. Strauss singled her first time up, pop up in the infield. Barlow's good, or excuse me, Burton rather, has it in foul territory. And 2 up, 2 down. Dean has done a great job with the first 2 batters she's faced here in relief in a tough situation. Pop up in foul territory to the catcher for the second out of the inning. And now Chandler Terrapin is the batter with 2 away. Strike. First baseman Chandler Terrapin. Outside. Plate gets that strike call, 0-1. She lays off that one as it sails up in the zone, 1-1. Ooh, outside. Has been getting that call all day long, both sides. Gets the strike there. 1-2. Coach Levering, when speaking of her freshman pitcher, Ansley Dean, she's from Madison, Georgia, Morgan County High School, says that when Dean has it rolling, she has the best stuff on the pitching staff. It's just a matter of being consistent, and especially here, a young pitcher coming into her first college season. That'll hopefully grow and build as time goes on, but when she's clicking, she's got the best stuff on the Lady Hurricanes pitching staff, and there she gets a strikeout to end the 7th. Heck of a job by Ansley Dean in relief. She gets a couple of strikeouts, an easy pop-up, and that'll do it for USC Aiken in the 7th. 3 outs. The Lady Canes, 3 outs to spare. They've got to get some runs, at least one to tie this thing up. If you had to pick out a part of the order to take the first stab at it, I think you'd be right where we're at. It'll be Barlow, Tierce, and Kersey, numbers 2, 3, and 4 in the GSW lineup. They'll try to get to Price one more time. It's been a couple innings, though, since they put one on the board, so let's see what we can do in the 7th. We'll be back in a moment for your conclusion from Lady Canes Field. Well, here we go. Michaela Barlow steps in, the number 2 hitter in the lineup. She's 1 for 2 in the ballgame. She walked her last time up. First pitch from Price is in there for a strike. 131 pitches coming into the inning for Price. And she's out in front of Barlow. .291 batting average for Michaela. High for a ball. .235 in Peach Bell play. Limited sample size, as this is only the 6th game of the conference season. 1-2 pitch. Bounces that one away from Barlow. And a couple of throwaway pitches there just to see if she could get her to go for one. Being anxious. Doesn't do so. 2-2. Outside for a ball. 3-2. That one just sailing out wide. Well, full count. Here's the pitch from Price inside. Got a piece of it as she kind of pulls back. Ball still clips the bat, and the at-bat continues. Fouled off, we'll keep going. Price, a junior. Seneca, South Carolina, her home. In on the hands, that one's going to be to the shortstop, who's going to make the play on the grass and catch the pop-up for the out. So Sams makes the play. Barlow pops out for the first out of the inning. Now batting the third baseman, Haley Tierce. Tierce 0 for 3 in this one. That one a little bit low. Ball one. Her last at bat, Tierce popped up to the second baseman. This is going to be in the gap, however. Off the wall, Tierce will turn. She's heading for second. The throw, not in time. Tierce out there in front of the ball and under the tag. Whew. That was a lot closer than I was hoping it would be. Well, runner and potentially in scoring position. Tierce with a 1-out double here in the 7th. All right. That one got to the wall in a hurry as Tierce roped it into the right center field gap. Well, Lauren Kersey's the batter. Kersey walked her first 2 times up, and then her last at bat, she popped up to the second baseman. That was in the 5th. Outside, a little bit too far out. At the plate, first baseman Lauren Kersey. 1 ball, no strikes, Kersey. .326 batting average coming into play. Off speed pitch, that one doesn't get the call. Still a little too far outside. 2-0. Kersey, .429 batting average through the first 5 games of Peach Belt Conference play. She's got off to a great start, the freshman from LaGrange. In there for a strike, 2-1. Lady Hurricanes with 5 hits in the game. That one fouled off. 2-2, so Price has worked her way back to an even count after a couple of balls to Kersey to open the at-bat. Sun starting to give fits to the third baseman and the left side of the infield. Swing and a miss. Kersey goes after it, reaches for it, and goes down swinging. So 2 outs. Well, it's up to the freshman to keep this inning going. Right fielder, Elizabeth Wills. Wills, 1 for 2. This one's a ground ball through. They're going to get home. Tierce there. I don't think they'll get her. The throw is up the line. She's in. Tie ball game. Wills goes to second on the throw, and she's in potential scoring position. Big time hit from the freshman from Orlando. Gibson's got a chance to win the game for the Lady Canes. Now batting the shortstop, Shannon Gibson. Gibson is 1 for 3, but her one hit came up in her last at bat. Outside for a ball. Aiken 4 runs, 11 hits. Georgia Southwestern 4 runs, 6 hits. Neither side is committed in there. Good diving effort up the middle, but they can't get to it in time. This one could be trouble. Caught by the first baseman. Good play, good reach by Terrapin. And whew, how about that? We'll go extra innings. To the 8th we go. Lady Hurricanes at least do what they needed to do to keep this game going. They got a run in the 7th. Gibson pops out to the first baseman to end it. GSW will have 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up in the bottom of the extra frame. And it looks like for USC Aiken, they'll also have their 7, 8, and 9 hitters. So see where the production comes from. We'll be back in a moment for the 8th inning from Lady Canes Field. That last pitch, a check swing from Sarah Sams, the shortstop for USC Aiken, opening up the 8th inning and evening the count up at 1-1. Georgia Southwestern has played, double check on the website here, not their first extra inning game of the season. Inside for a ball. They lost in extra innings at USC Aiken, or excuse me, USC Aiken, Valdosta State rather. Popped up, drifting out of play. Hits in the stands actually here on the first base side. So back in early February, they lost at USC Aiken on a walk-off in the 8th. That's it. One extra inning game so far this season. High for a ball. 3-2. Full count to the leadoff batter of the 8th inning anyway for USC Aiken. In the lineup, they're at 7, 8, and 9, as will be Georgia Southwestern when they come up to answer in the bottom half. Popped up. Sanders, coming in now will make the grab. Kersey thought about calling her off, but just stayed to the side, and it was Sanders with the putout. So for Sams, that was her. That'll put her at 0 for 4 in game 2. Lowry is 0 for 2 with a walk. She walked her last time up. At the plate is the catcher, Kristen Lowry. Misses, evens up the count at 1-1. Grounded out to third in the second, popped up to the catcher in the fourth, and walked her last time up. Goes up after that 1-2 pitch and fouls it back. Yeah. Up over our building. This is a hard hit ball. It's going to be trouble for Barlow. She can't get to it in time. I got a piece of it on her glove. It'll be a double into the corner. Gets it in quickly, but a hard hit ball that just is beyond the reach of Michaela Barlow down the left field line for a double. So a 1-out double for Lowry, her first hit of the ball game. One out. At the plate, center fielder Brielle Jungblut. 2 for 3, her last 2 times up. She got base hits. Single in the fourth, single in the sixth. $12 hits now in the game for USC Aiken. They've doubled up Georgia Southwestern in that category. Still getting her first look of the ball game at Ansley Dean. This matchup happening for the first time is slept over the GSW dugout and down into the bullpen area, just outside the ballpark fence. One over Tierce, and then off of Gibson's glove. They're going to send her only to third. He's going to stay up. So a base hit. Actually, that'll actually be a double for Jungblut off the glove of Gibson. And down in the corner, heads up base running, gets her in the position. Two runners on, and they're in second and third now. So that's 3 hits in a row for the center fielder. Back to the top of the order for the Pacers. Third baseman Jessica Stanley at the plate. She's 1 for 4. Her hit coming in the third inning, a single. 2-0 pitch, foul. That one will go over the tarp and out of play. 2-1. Coming into play. Hannah Price led the Pacers coming into play today. Ball 3-1. 381 at batting average. Strauss behind her at 326. Sydney Murphy 286. Terrapin 277. Fly ball right field. Fair territory. They're going to send her home. The throw, not in time. Sacrifice fly. Sacrifice fly. For Stanley. At the plate, left fielder Leah Bogosian. Bogosian, 270 batting average heading into the doubleheader. So you kind of had the feeling that that might be deep enough. Knowing it was in foul territory and you had the out there, you got the second out, but deep enough to get the run home on the tag. And in fact, that's what happened. And not that Will's even coming in. She would have had a little better chance with her momentum going towards home instead of moving to her left. Ground ball to Sanders, who was in, and she has stayed busy with Bogosian in this game. All 4 hits have been slapped hard right at a drawn-in Sanders. First 2 were hits. Last 2, Sanders is at the edge as she retires Bogosian there to end the inning. But USC Aiken does enough to push a run across and put the heat on the Lady Hurricanes one more time. Bottom of the 8th inning coming up. 5-4 in favor of USC Aiken. Aiken has 5 runs, 13 hits. GSW 4 runs, 6 hits. No errors yet in this one. Price will come back out. Try to finish off the Lady Hurricanes. Burton, Sanders, and Zeller when we return. Bottom of the 8th inning, Cassidy Burton, the freshman catcher for the Lady Canes, is called upon to see if she can get on base. 1-1 pitch coming, high for a ball. Burton has struck out twice. She's 0 for 3. She went down looking both times as well against Price here today. 2-1 pitch. Yep. In there for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A little too far outside. Count goes full. Hannah Price over 150 pitches now in the ballgame. Fly ball to right field. Waiting for it and making the grab is Strauss. So 1 out. F9 for Burton. Second baseman, Grayson Sanders. Pitch strike to Sanders. Sanders is 0 for 2. They brought in pinch hitter Caitlin Church last time up in this spot in the order. And now Sanders back in. Went back in, re-entered as her spot defensively at second base, and now she'll get another at-bat. Struck out in the second, popped up to the shortstop in the fourth. She's down 0-2 in the count here in the eighth. Outside, 1 and 2. Oh, the middle. From her back, not in time. One heck of a try, but a single, infield single, and that's what the Lady Canes needed. Ooh. A diving effort at second base by McCarthy. Had trouble getting it out of her glove as she was trying to sit up and throw it, and by then it was just a little too late to get anything on it and get a chance to catch Sanders at second. So how about that, a base hit with 1 away. Lady Canes got the tying run at first with 1 out. Center fielder Chloe Zeller. Zeller is 1 for 3. In between her 2 outs, she's sandwiched in a single, and now she's got one down the left field line. They're going to run. Trouble fielding it in the corner. Now they'll bring her all the way around to score. Zeller will stay at second. There's the freshman delivering, Chloe Zeller. Slaps that one right down the line. I don't think it quite got the chalk or the white paint on the left field line, but it was close, and it was kind of a rough angle for the left fielder to get to. She was almost trying to follow the ball into the corner. Then when it got to the corner, she fumbled it up a little bit. And not even a time to get a play at the plate. With the delay on getting the ball in, Georgia Southwestern's in position to get the win now. Tied back up at 5. Back to the top of the order. And how about this? Relief pitcher Ansley Dean could do it herself here. Give herself a win. At the plate, the pitcher, Ansley Dean. So a double down the left field line for Zeller. Got another freshman stepping up, so 2-0 pitch outside for a ball. 3-0 to Ansley Dean. Getting a little tight out there now as this thing's gotten interesting. 1 away. Lady Canes with the winning run at second base. Back at the top of the order. 3-0 pitch. Yep, strike. Dean in this ball game, 0 for 2. She walked her first 2 times up. Struck out looking in the fourth. Grounded out to the first baseman who threw on to second. To the second baseman. 4-3. Nope, I got that. Yeah, 3-4. I said it right, but the numbers were reversed. 3-4 put out in the 6th inning. And that's why she's at 0-2. Well, after getting a couple of good pitches to look at on a 3-0 count, Price has worked it back to a full count. The payoff pitch fouled off over the dugout of the Pacers. And we'll reset it and try it again. In on the hand, soft blooper to the shortstop, who took a step back first, then was able to charge in and just get to it to make the play. So Sams catches the pop out. At the plate, Left fielder, Michaela Barlow. Well, go to the other end of the class spectrum. Let's see if the senior can come through. Michaela Barlow. She popped out to the shortstop her last time up. She's 1 for 3. Her hit coming in the first inning of the game today. One pitch to Barlow. Off-speed pitch bounces over home. Count 2-1. You've got good speed at second base with Zeller. Outside for a ball. Perhaps a little bit low. Hard to see from our side angle here. 3-1. You got actually the better shot of it over the top than we do. 3-1 delivery in a opposite field. Foul territory. Diving effort missed. So sliding feet first and trying to make the grab was Bogosian. And it went off the end of her glove as she was sliding. And foul territory. So that's nothing but setting up a full count again and a payoff pitch from Price. Yep. Barlow goes down looking, and there's been a lot of drama in this one. Barlow goes down looking to end the 8th inning. So Price is the one that's standing at the end of the inning, able to head back to the dugout and try to win it with the bats. 8 innings in the books. We'll go to the 9th. 5-5 your score. Aiken 5 runs, 13 hits. Georgia Southwestern 5 runs, 8 hits. Come on back and join us for the 9th inning here on the Surge Sports Network. USC Aiken starting pitcher and current pitcher Hannah Price, one in the same, is up to start the 9th inning. Goes up after that pitch from Dean and fouls it off. So Ansley's out in front 2-0 here in the 9th inning. Oh, bite on that one. 1-2. Price 2 for 4. Homered in the first. And then singled in the 7th, her last time up. She's got a couple of RBIs. She fights this one off and will stay around for another pitch. 1-2. Heck of a game. Got to get a ball in. Too many foul balls. Got to get one back in for Ansley. Let's see if they can track them down. So USC Aiken snapped a was 5 consecutive innings. 4 consecutive innings, rather. Where they couldn't muster a run, but they got one when they counted in the 8th. Unfortunately, GSW for them, GSW answered in the bottom half of the inning. And we'll try it all over again. So see how many we've had any USC Aiken extra inning affairs this year for the Pacers. 2-2 pitch, popped up in the infield. It'll be Dean. Almost caught that one off the heel, or in the heel of the glove. But she squeezes it for the out. And Price will go down on the pop-up. Designated player Sydney Murphy. Murphy is 1 for 4. She doubled to right back in the 3rd inning. Then grounded out to short and then struck out in the 7th. 1 for 4 for Murphy. With 1 away and 1 ball, she'll watch one go by for the first strike. I'm sure Murphy's a little, she went up after a couple of high rising fastballs the last time up, including the one that struck her out. This time, line drive, but right to Sanders at second base. That ball hit hard, but right to her, and Sanders makes the grab. 2 outs. Right fielder Courtney Strauss. Strauss 1 for 4. Her hit coming in the 1st inning. Oh, 1 pitch. Off the plate for a ball, 1-2. Swing and a miss, a strikeout for Dean, and she gets the side down in order in the 9th. Strauss strikes out swinging. And a good showing by Dean in relief. Well, they get it done. They huddle up. You hear them break. The Lady Canes say, find a way. They got to find a way here if they're going to get a sweep of the Pacers. All tied up at 5. We're coming back for the bottom of the 9th inning when we return from Lady Canes Field. So USC Aiken has played 1 extra inning game coming into play today this season, and that was back on March 7th against Coker. where the Pacers won at home 7-6. So neither side has gone 9 until today, in what's been an exciting finale to the afternoon. Hannah Price, 173 pitches before that at bat by Tierce, and this one catches enough clay to bounce up over the top of the third baseman. Stanley can't come up with it. A little too high of a bounce. Tierce, Kersey, Wills, 3, 4, and 5 at the plate. First baseman Lauren Kersey. So Tierce gets herself a couple of hits now after starting the game 0 for 3. She's got hits in her last 2 at bats. So Tierce still on pace to keep her high in the running for the Peach Belt Conference Player of the Week based on her offensive performance. Still got the doubleheader tomorrow, but she's got a couple hits in this one. She had the home run there. Grand Slam at West Georgia, 5 home runs on the week already for Tierce. She's turned in one heck of a week. And it'll all final stat lines will come with that matchup against Lander tomorrow. Still got 2 more to go before they close. Ken over at the league office will close down the ballots for the week through Sunday. 0-2 the count to Kersey. Off the end of the bat, just stays alive a little bit. A little sting as that one hits right off the end of it. But enough to keep the at-bat alive. 0-2 still the count. Price out in front. Price has 8 strikeouts and 6 walks. She hasn't walked anybody, what feels like, for a while. This one will go up and over. Tierce down to second. Wild pitch from Price. She doesn't throw many of them either. She'll get Kersey to reach for it. Kersey has struck out swinging on that outside pitch the last 2 times she's been up. Right fielder, Elizabeth Wills. Wills singled in the 7th, her last time at the plate. This one's going to slice foul. Hard hit ball down into the corner, but foul territory. Oh, 1 pitch coming inside. She goes after it. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Gets a piece of that one just to stay alive. And 1 ball, 2 strikes. Misses 2-2. Close. Close pitches, good eye. Call for that. Fortunate to make it 2-2. Come on, Wills. Let's see what Elizabeth's got here. She'll stay alive. Fly ball out of play. Foul ball. Just beyond the GSW dugout. Keep it at 2-2. Line drive into the gap in right center field. Moving over. They're not going to get tears. This ball game is over. Lady Canes win and complete the sweep. Big time hit from Elizabeth Wills. The freshman comes through clutch. The Lady Canes complete the sweep 6-5 in 9 innings. We'll be back in a moment to wrap this one up. Woo. Thanks for hanging in there with us. We'll give you the rundown and the wrap-up in just a moment. Lady Canes complete the sweep 6-5 in extra innings. It took 9 to get it done and a comeback effort. We'll see you in a moment. I'll be back. Hold on. That'll do it for tonight's ball game. Cut it down just a little bit. So the Lady Hurricanes complete the sweep here this afternoon. Score in the final. GSW wins 6-5. Thanks for coming out here on Alumni Day. Play for prevention. Just a reminder, if you enjoyed the action today, come on back tomorrow. We'll start it all up again at high noon when Lander comes to town. Lander is here tomorrow afternoon, 12 noon the start time. You can get the post-game wrap-up, all that information on our website, gswcanes.com. gswcanes.com. Also, don't forget the post-game show will go live on our YouTube channel here in just a few minutes. Actually, scratch that. We'll tape it, edit it, get it up in a little bit later. But later this evening, you can watch the post-game show with Hallie Turner. We'll be taping it up here high above the ballpark in the press box area. Post-game show coming up. So go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel, GSW Athletics. GSW Athletics on YouTube. Live streaming, as well as post-game wrap-ups here and other great video productions from our staff at Georgia Southwestern. It's GSW Athletics. Subscribe today. You can get notifications that way of when we go live or when we put a video up on the web. We appreciate it. Thanks for coming out today. We hope you enjoyed the ball game. Wherever you may be traveling, we hope you get there safely because we want to see you back here tomorrow afternoon at noon against Lander. Thanks and have a great night.
What?
Yes.
Who?
Elizabeth Wills.
Good decision.
Duh, I always make good decisions. John, you left me.
So that'll do it from Lady Canes Field. You mentioned, you maybe heard me announce it to the crowd in attendance. Our post-game show with Hallie Turner. There's like Elizabeth Wills, head coach Nikki Levering, our guests up here in the press box after this one. We'll go ahead and record that one, and it'll be on tape delay. We'll record it, edit it, get it back up there for you here in just probably about an hour's time. You can look forward to it. But the good news is, if you subscribe to our channel, you'll know when we post that video. It's GSW Athletics. Click the red button. Subscribe today, GSW Athletics on Twitter, our flagship station for the Surge Sports Network, rather. Well, that was an exciting ball game. Georgia Southwestern completes the sweep of USC Aiken here this afternoon. Took 9 innings to do it in a comeback effort, but the Lady Hurricanes get the win by the final score of 6-5. With the win, Georgia Southwestern overall improves its record to 13-18. 13-18 overall, 2-4 in Peach Belt Conference play. A couple of needed wins to get things rolling here as we're moving into that portion of the season. So 2-4 in the Peach Belt. USC Aiken exits town and will head over to Columbus to play the Cougars tomorrow. USC Aiken is 8-22 overall and 1-3 in Peach Belt Conference play. Winning pitcher in game 2, and she did a heck of a job in relief, was Ansley Dean, the freshman. So she'll get her first collegiate win within the circle. The tough luck loser for taking the loss for USC Aiken will be Price, and her record falls to 2-6. So again, you've heard me announce it a few times, but just in case, just to hammer it home one more time. Next up for the Lady Hurricanes is a home date with Lander. The Bearcats come into town tomorrow afternoon, high noon the start time. We'll go on the air here on our Surge Sports Network just a few minutes before first pitch. So come on back and watch that. And again, post-game show will be available on tape delay here shortly on this same YouTube channel. So that'll do it. Beautiful afternoon. Again, thanks to all of our alumni that came back. Our GSW softball alumni made for a good atmosphere, good energy in the ballpark today. Play for Prevention also going on, a good cause. Learn more about it. You can find them on Twitter. You can find them on the web. Play for Prevention, helping to raise the awareness that this is becoming an unfortunate issue with suicide in this country. And we want to let folks know that are kind of struggling out there, that there's people that are thinking about you and want to help. So a good cause and a good day all around. So that'll be it for us from Lady Canes Field in Americus, Georgia. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back a little bit later this evening again. Lady Hurricanes complete the sweep. Good day at Lady Canes Field. Thanks for tuning in. We'll hopefully catch up with you tomorrow. You've been watching Georgia Southwestern State University and Peach Belt Conference softball right here on the Surge Sports Network.